Shapoi, how are you doing? Hey, in this video, Indigo Children, Indigo Adults. Why do they call them like this? So in this video, I want to reveal something with you that other videos don't talk about, because I feel like a lot of videos are great, but again, they're too much from the mind. And about this whole indigo thing, I found out in 2010, so that's more like 8 years ago. I started to dive deeper into this. I discovered what the indigo meant to me. And then later on, a couple of years later, 2013, 2014, I started to make a whole other new video series on YouTube. But and that channel was actually taking off. But unfortunately, it got knocked down by YouTube because I was ignorant. I was ignorant of fire. And I was not really following some YouTube policy guidelines, stuff like that. And then I was pretty much done with the internet and I needed to break from all this internet thing. But I know that a lot of people are going through their own spiritual awakening process, and that a lot of people are looking for information about this topic. So that's why I feel like I need to share this with you. And then of course you can make an educated decision for yourself. Like, okay, you want to hang around this whole identification thing or you want to move on. And that's right now how I see it, you know, it's like an identification thing, you know, like that's why I want to make this video and make a couple of things clear to you. So Indigo Children, Indigo Adults, why do they call them like this? Let me share a story with you. And that started for me like in 2010. In 2008, 2009, I came out of college, I had a corporate job, and from there I started to struggle with a lot of depression and anxiety. And you know, it was like a lot of emotions that I had been suppressing for more than a decade suddenly started to come up. And you know, I became so furious that I said, you know, I'm going to start my own business and fuck this society and fuck this and fuck that. And I was like a rebel, I was like a tire kicker, I was like, had a lot of resistance, like a whole lot of things. So sometimes there are like airplanes flying over, so that's why I sometimes take a break and make a cut so you don't get annoyed with it. So in 2009 I decided to leave the corporate world and, you know, start my own business and become independent, free and experience more freedom and that sort of things. And that was for me the moment where my spiritual journey really started to kick off. Obviously my business didn't really kick off that quick, so you know, I had to give up my apartment and I went to my father's place and he thought I was crazy, so eventually I went to my mother's place. And the funny thing was, I didn't really have a very good relationship with my mother because I didn't grow up with her. So, but you know, she received me with open arms, which I'm still very grateful for. And I started to heal my relationship with her. But she gave me a recommendation to visit a spiritual reader, an astrologer. And, you know, because I was feeling very, very stuck, you know, so I started to seek for answers. And that astrology, she revealed that, you know, because actually I'm from February 19, so that makes me on the edge of between Aquarius and Pisces. So my entire life I thought I was an Aquarius. And then she actually figured, like, wait a minute, you are at your first day in Pisces. Which is funny because inside of me, you know, I have this Aquarius thing that wants to do things based on logic and rationality, and is idea driven, is always thinking about doing things strategically, okay, and it wants to have control, you know. It's also very emotional. The Pisces thing in me, it wants to go with the flow, it wants to be intuitive, it wants to be in the present moment, it wants to, you know, be like the magician, it wants to tune in things, you know. And that is always like a little bit in a conflict with each other, and I always need to learn to find a little bit of a balance. Anyway, let's keep moving, because the other thing that I discovered at this reading, so eventually she said, okay, you know, she had like a whole lot of little bottles with colors, and she said, okay, now tune in intuitively and pick 3 bottles that resonate most with you. So I did that, and I came back with a blue color, a red color, and an indigo color. So which was funny, so she started to explain the meaning of these colors, you know, like the red is like, and that actually kind of refers back to your own energy system, right? Your chakra system, and that's why the indigo actually comes from your chakra system, your energy system. So also the red colors, you know, the red color has everything to do with the root chakra, you know. The root chakra It's about you feeling grounded here at planet Earth. You know, it's like your connection with the Earth. It's also your sense of safety and security and identity, and you know, feeling belonging here at this place. You know, so a lot of these things refer to that. The blue color is about communication and self-expression, which comes from the throat chakra. Okay, so self-expression is also a crucial thing in our existence. And then the indigo color is the third eye chakra. Okay, if you don't know about chakras, it's an interesting thing to study, because in your spiritual journey you're going to learn more about that. But the indigo is about the third eye. And what makes indigo so different than regular folks is we, as highly sensitives, as empaths, we have that more open already compared to others. It's just a thing. Nothing like, okay, there's something good or wrong about that, or we are better than anyone else, because actually everybody is an indigo, you know, once they have opened up their third eye chakra. So the third eye, it's about intuition. It's where you can go internally. Okay, it's seeing things, it's feeling things, it's experiencing things beyond the physical dimension. And that's why, you know, we look at our world around us and we suddenly wake up and say, okay, you know what, the world I live in, it sucks, it doesn't make sense, I don't belong here, I don't resonate with all this kind of things what is going on, and we become the warrior, we become the rebel, and we want to make things right. Okay, so that's really like the third eye, that is you know, looking through the bullshit, looking through the illusions that is really like going on, right? The illusions of our own mind. That's really what makes us different. So some of us, you know, like the high sensitives and the empaths, you know, we have that already more open up. So that's why they call it the Indigo Generation, you know, the Indigo Children, the Indigo Adults. So that's really it, really. Not much to it. Yeah, of course there's much more to it, because once you start to embrace your spiritual path, new doors start to open. You know, you can experience visions and feelings and experiences that goes way beyond the mind. Okay, it goes way beyond the mind, and your mind is going to struggle. Okay, now another thing is, you know, like what I wanted to say is, like, right now you go through your awakening. Cool, been there as well, still in the process of awakening. It never really ends. You know, but right now you're probably at the stage where you say, okay, you know, this is not me anymore. This is not me anymore. I don't resonate with this kind of identity. Why? Because maybe chances are you have been living your life based on expectations from someone else. Maybe you have been in a relationship, maybe that was narcissistic. So, you know, like someone else took away your sense of authenticity, where you gave away so much of yourself that you have lost yourself. And now you have formed a self-image, you know, like some feelings and some thoughts and emotions you have about yourself, some beliefs you have about yourself. And now you say, I don't resonate with that identity anymore. And now you read some stuff about the Indigo Generation, you know, 10 characteristics, see if you're an Indigo child. And you say, yeah, that's me, yeah, that's me. I resonate with that stuff. And now, bam, you put another identification on you. Spiritual awakening, and that's why I also say in my other video that goes about, you know, your mission as an indigo, whatever, I say it again. Your purpose is something that is beyond identifications, all right? Which I'm going to talk about in my next video about, you know, what is really your true calling, your mission here at planet Earth as a light worker, as a starseed, as an indigo child, whatever you want to call yourself. So, if you saw any value in this, you know, if you have any questions, any comments, let me know. Just drop something below, and I'm very curious. Like, did this make any sense or not? Let me know. Just drop a comment, and I look forward to see you in my next video. Chapal here. Take care for now. Bye bye.